What is up, guys? How's it going? Welcome to Vibe Unveiled, my weekly show where I take apart our songs and show you the secrets behind the sounds. Today's episode is Gimme a Sign. Gimme a Sign is it's one of our most popular songs, for one thing, and our most popular Foxtails Brigade songs. And I'm happy to see you guys on here. Hi, Victor. Hi, Blake. We've got people tuning in on Facebook and on YouTube. Blake said I had some dry turkey from an old folks' home. Well, smiley face. That's a good thing. Victor, love this one, he says. That's great. I love this song too. I love Give Me a Sign. I'm really excited to talk about it. And the reason I picked this song for today is because it is part of our Black Friday sale, which I was up late putting together. Laura had a bunch of ideas of what things we could offer, and we, I think, came up with some pretty cool stuff. You can check out in the link the whole sale thing that we put together. There's a bunch of items that are only available this week. I'll just, before I get started, I'll show you just the stuff that we have. So this is a cool thing. These posters are really nice. This is the first full color poster for Foxtails Brigade, and we thought we were out of them, and we found some more, and so they're up this week only. They're available for sale. And then we're selling the Foxtails Brigade EP, which is our most streamed EP on Spotify. It's 4 songs, and so basically you get the digital download, and then it comes with this collector's art, which is, I don't know, there weren't that many. We didn't make very many of them, and Laura signed them and numbered them. And then if you want to get the collector's package, it's the 3-print set of the shapes. Yeah. And it comes with the tote bag. So, yep, those are all for sale. That's pretty cool. And then we have this brown paper packages, brown paper package tied up in string. Laura's like making this nice little package, and it's just basically you can get either the Laura and Anton one or the Foxtails Brigade one, and it's all of the CDs of that project. And then my favorite part is that every order this week, no matter what you buy, whether it's part of the sale or not, every order during the Black Friday sale comes with a mystery item. What is it? What could it be? Is it a piece of Foxtails Brigade memorabilia? Is it Preparation H? I don't know. Laura's gonna decide, and she's gonna pick some awesome stuff. So you're gonna get a nice surprise when you order from us during this year's Black Friday sale. Okay, give me a sign. I think it's time. Let's just jump in. Okay, here we go. There's a lot on this track. Oh, let's check this out. Here. Okay, for one thing, you see this Mix 31. Okay, so we worked way too hard on this song, but yeah, you think it's a simple thing and there's not that many layers, but then for some reason this one really was hard to get right, and I think we felt a little extra pressure because I felt like Laura wrote such a great hook on this song. Give me a sign, something I can recognize, a clue, something to hold on to. Just the whole chorus, the whole lyrics of it, to me, I just thought it was so great. It just seemed like a pop hit, and I wanted to do my best to try to make it into a pop hit, and give it like a really like sleek pop production. And so that's why we worked on this one a lot, and we got up to Mix 31, which is just crazy. All right, let's check out the beginning of it. Okay. Yeah. I mean, lots of stuff. Let's just the very beginning. There's like a fun little thing. Okay. So basically, it's an alarm clock and a backwards cymbal at the same time. Together. And then they stop suddenly. And bass drop. I can't even hear that. Huh. Well, I don't know. Door closing. And then there's like a claps. Right, okay, so here's the whole thing again. Cool, and the claps are in the beat, which is up here, all percussion. Oy, oy, oy. There's a lot to do on this one. This one, maybe the song is going to be a two-part episode. Well, we'll see. Guitar, let's see, what are we doing with the guitar? Just DI and mic, like we always do, and I've shown that a bunch of times, so I'm not going to go deep into it, but here's the guitar. Yep, so there's that, and then there's the drums. And we could talk about the drums. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's just get into it. So, what do we have here? So I can solo just all percussion, and we'll get... Okay, so we actually recorded drums in a studio. We went to Airship Studio in Richmond, and it was part of a recording class, basically where like you go there and the teacher mics up the kit and shows the kids how to like record a drum kit, and they need bands to be a guinea pig, and so we were the guinea pig, and then we get to keep their recording. So it's a pretty sweet deal, except that all we're using from that is the overheads. So here's that. And we recorded a bunch of mics, and then all I'm using is the overheads, and I'm blending it with programmed drums. We can take a look at this. This is the whole drum programmed track. We can check out each of these. So that's kick. So on the snare, there's a clap and a snare. Looks like that's not doing anything. So yeah, just one kick. And I'll show you guys a little bit of this. This is just some this is a new way of doing drums in Logic. They released a free update, and gosh, it's really good. Basically, you can take any sound, you just drag it on here, and it becomes, and then you can play it as MIDI. So it's really easy, and there's more to it. This is the full drum kit, and then within it, each of these sounds has a track. So you can see this is the track within it. So if I wanted to, and actually I did, put plugins on just this one element of the kit, I can do that. So let's check this out. Okay, and then with let's hear it with the overheads and hear what it sounds like together. And without. So yeah, the live drums do add a cool element to it, and that's Dominic playing the drums. But without it, it didn't have quite the punch that we wanted, and we wanted this song, we wanted it to sound like pop music. So, and in pop music, it's very common to double the drums or replace the drums with electronic samples. Cool. Giant clap. Let's see what I did for that. Okay. The thing about a giant clap is it doesn't have to start giant. You could take any clap, and so without the actual sample that I'm using just sounds like this. So it sounds like this. Okay, I mean, it's cool. But then basically the reverb is the main thing. Putting that on it. These other plugins do a little bit. I could explain what sample delay does, but maybe I won't this time. I won't get too technical. I'm a big fan of a giant reverb clap. It can be like a cool thing in a band. Yeah, it kind of provides like a transition there a little bit. I don't use them too much. It's kind of like a crash. You only want to use it in special places. Yeah, it works for a turnaround. All right, let's listen to a bit of the song.
Can't see myself in my reflection. Who are you now? I'm tearing all of my convictions down to an empty wall. Told yourself that the door could still open.
Let's talk a little bit about the vocal in this verse. Let's solo it. There's actually a ton of stuff going on it that I'm hearing.
Can't see myself in my reflection.
Okay, for one thing, it sounds like there's bleed. It sounds like she played guitar.
Can't see myself.
She played guitar and sang at the same time, maybe? And we're using that.
In my reflection. Who are you now? I'm tearing all of my convictions down.
Okay, there's just so much effects going on, and let's look at the automation.
Can't see myself in my reflection. Who are you now?
Gosh, it's really complex. Let's see, do we have the automation here? Yes, this is where I'm doing. Okay, so for one thing, I'll just kind of explain a little bit how it's organized. All of these vocal tracks here, all of Laura's vocal tracks, are grouped into this bus. And then I'm doing the effects, the delay and reverb and the other delay on the group bus. So the LWVX is Laura Weinbach vocals. Yeah. Okay. So now that I've explained that, let's take a look at the effects that I'm doing. So I have stereo delay.
Can't see.
And basically, when you see these lines go up, it means that I'm sending it to that effect.
See myself in my reflection.
So right there on reflection, you hear reflections, delay. It's sending it to the delay.
My reflection.
Yeah.
Who are you now? I'm tearing all of my convictions
Yeah, and it's just some of it's performed, some of it's drawn in. Laura does this live with a vocal pedal. She has a vocal pedal that has delay on it, and she'll be like stepping on it and turning on and off effects as she goes. And that's cool, but yeah, we didn't want her to be distracted by that when she's recording, so we just program it after the fact. Yeah, and this is a really common thing. You call them throws, delay throws. It's a common thing in pop music, and I don't know if you guys know how these buses work. There's kind of a lot to go into, but yeah, I do it with a bus. So these knobs you can send to a bus, and then on this bus I have the delay, and so I'm sending to that. It looks like this bus is sending to another bus. There's a lot of complicated routing on this song, and I don't even remember what most of it is. Here, it looks like there's another delay. Okay, so that's like a longer delay.
Still open. Said the key was in the way you tried.
Peak gain. I don't know why I did that. That sounds like oh no, this is another delay. Never mind. Another delay. Laura wanted to have a lot of different effects and just kind of have a bunch of different things happening throughout this song, and she mostly calls the shots on where her effects go. That's just part of her sound, and it's part of what she does live, and just part of her art, I guess, is putting effects on.
Thought the source would always keep flowing, hold me up and never leave me dry. Give me a sign.
Okay, here's another delay. This one is in rhythm. Sign.
Me a sign.
Yeah, it's another one. Oh, it says it says effect. It says verb throw. So maybe that's just the verb. I don't know, but yeah, you guys get the point. You know, we have a bunch of buses with different effects, and we can just turn them up at any given point in the song to any of the effects, and get different effects as we go. That's the main thing.
Me a sign, something I can recognize, a clue, something to hold on to.
So this is kind of an interesting move. I don't usually do stuff like this, but let's see what it is. It's an EQ thing. Let's see what happens when we get here.
Give me a sign.
Okay, so for some reason I wanted to add more, I guess, body, just kind of to the mids for the chorus. I don't know why, but I'm sure, because it's a pretty big move, I'm sure that it's intentional and that it was serving a purpose in the mix.
Something I can recognize, a clue.
Just wanted to get more full, I think.
Hold me up and never leave me dry. Give me a sign. Something I can recognize, a clue. Something to hold on to.
Okay. Another thing that's going on a lot with these vocals. Let's turn off the automation and just take a look at by this point, if you've been watching these, you're starting to kind of just know all our tricks. We just use the same tricks over and over again. Doubles on certain words.
Down to an empty wall.
So in addition to the occasional effects throw, we also have doubles on the vocals, or triples actually. I call them doubles, even though there's 3 of them. But yeah, we do one extra vocal on the left and one on the right. And in this case, they're hard panned all the way left, which means that if you're listening on headphones and you took your left headphone off, you wouldn't be able to hear this one at all. It wouldn't, or you would only, you wouldn't be able to hear this one at all. Right. Yeah. that's hard panning is an interesting thing. But it's not that risque what we're doing here because it's evenly balanced. Okay. Is that enough on vocals? Oh, well, I was going to say the other thing that happens with the vocals on the chorus, can you tell? I come in. I sing on this song. I just recently started singing the past couple years on our tracks. Oh, well, singing. I should say I started singing more. And it's cool having. I like when I come in here. It's
Give me a sign, something I can recognize a clue.
and I'm just doubling her in octaves.
Something to hold on to. I believed in all the hype. Tell me it was all true.
Oh, what's up, you guys? Okay, so I'm looking at the comments now. Great. Nemo, you're back. I love it. Love it when you're here. asking me questions. Oh, here's a technical question. I wanted to know what interface you use. Let's see. Can I just show you? It's this. This is the baby face. RME baby face is what we have in this room. In our practice space, there's another interface. It's also RME. I don't know if I am a big believer in the interface being that big a part of the sound. I also have some nice preamps, UTA preamps, Undertone Audio, which I can't really show you right now, but those are very nice. I got them in a work trade. They were designed by producer Eric Valentine, who I used to do a lot of work for. Played violin on a bunch of recordings he made, including one time I played on a Slash record, and Slash was there, and I met him, and I said, "Hi, I'm Anton." He said, "Hi, Slash," and he was super cool. Yeah. So one time, yeah, I did a gig for him, and he paid me really well, and he hooked me up with a preamp. Well, as my payment, which these are valuable. I would not be able to afford it if it wasn't for that. So yeah, preamp's a bigger deal. Okay. These interfaces, though, they have preamps built in, and they sound good too. I don't know. What's important, what's most important is a good song, good arrangement, good parts, good performances. Okay. Let's listen to some more of the song. Let's dissect some more stuff that's going on.
Can't see myself in my reflection. Who are you now? I'm tearing all of my convictions down to an empty wall. Told you.
Okay, the bass does not play until the pre-chorus, and that's Alex Weston on the bass. He tours with us. If you guys have seen us live, you might have seen him. He's a great bass player. Gets a great sound. Let's check it out.
Said the key was in the way you tried, but the source would.
Yeah, I write the parts, and he plays them way better than I can. But yeah, with the I write most of the parts, especially on a pop track. It's just I feel like more appropriate for everything to be planned out and work perfectly together, like clockwork. Versus on like a jammy rock track, maybe everyone can just play their own parts, and there's definitely bands out there where everyone's writing their own part and it works. But for this, we're going for a real clockwork kind of interlocking parts type of thing, and it just makes more sense for one person to write it. And then someone better, or the better people to play it, Dominic and Alex.
To an empty wall, told yourself that the door could still open. Something
Electric guitar also just came in here. All downstrokes on the electric guitar. When you play all downstrokes, has a different sound than if you were done. Could show you. Maybe another time, though. Yeah, all downstrokes. And that's me playing.
you all told yourself that the door could still open. Said the key was in the way.
Let's check out the percussion here, too. Okay, of course, there's clock ticking sounds. There's always clock ticking sounds. Let's see what this is. Rim clicks. Okay, so we did both rim clicks and all this stuff. Clocks. Oh, and they're panning around all crazy. Yeah, there's a lot in this song. Oh, nothing there. See. Yep, all that stuff. Let's see, what is this? Oh, that's the windy toy. Just a little windy toy that Jeff Saltzman said needs to be on every Foxtails Brigade song. Nemo said this song was made during quarantine. Partially. Actually, we recorded the drum track in a studio before quarantine, and then we finished. We actually recorded like the entire song in the studio, and all I kept from that session was the overhead. I scrapped the guitars, the bass, everything from that. I don't think anything else from that session made it to the final recording. So the rest of the song was recorded during quarantine. So it was just me and Laura. Oh yeah, the bass track was recorded before too, with Alex. Yeah, some of these songs, we worked on them for a long time and didn't release them right away. Okay, let's keep going. Get to the chorus.
Told yourself that the door could still open. Said that the key was in the way you tried. But the source would always keep flowing. Hold me up and never leave me dry. Give me a sign, something I can recognize, a clue, something to hold on to.
Okay, I want to show you guys this guitar part. This is the thing that Laura wrote first. She wrote this guitar part, and it was like so cool that it needed to have a song, basically. And then she wrote the hook to it. Give me a sign, something I can recognize, a clue, something to hold on to. I believed in all the hype, tell me it was all true. And then it was like, okay, we definitely need to make a song. And everything else, verse and the pre-chorus, was just written around that to accommodate that chorus. Yeah, so the guitar part is the thing that started it all. Yep. Okay. Bunch of other stuff came in here. Okay, let's check out some of it. So the guitar switches to this part. sounds bad when I solo it. My playing sucks. No, but it's cool. In the mix, it sounds fine. And then we have these keyboards come in. There's a couple of them. Missed that crossfade. There's a little crossfade glitch there. Whatever. If you don't notice it, it's fine. Yeah, so that sound, you can't even really hear it, but if you turn it off, it feels kind of empty. Okay, that sound, the bell sound. Some software instrument that I bounced and placed at one point. I'm sorry I can't show you which one it was, what sound it was. I just don't remember, and I don't... Yeah, I'd have to go back into an earlier version of this, and I don't know where it would be, so I can't show you. But cool sound, right? Probably FM8. I think that is probably the plugin I was using. FM8 is an FM synthesizer. The most famous FM synthesizer of all time is the Yamaha Dx7, which you hear on tons of stuff throughout the 80s and 90s. FM synthesis, we could do an entire episode talking about that. Very technical, though. I won't go too deep into it right now. Just a little history for you. And it's distorted. Whatever it was, I put a bunch of plugins on it, and I kind of designed that sound. And this one, too. Probably also the FMA, or maybe it could be the Synclavier, another 80s digital synth. Both of those. FM synthesis is mostly a digital thing. It just works better digital. Yeah, the Dx7 is digital synthesizer. Digital is not all bad. Like, people don't get... people kind of hate on the word digital a lot, but you can do things digitally that you can't always do with analog. And in this case, it provides a cool sound. Digital 80 cents. I'm still without a real connection. No solid ground. And now I'm living your predictions out. Same as the first verse. And it's breaking me up. It's enough to break the safe open. Cut your losses and just take the rest. Pull the plug and tell them game over. Say the effort isn't worth what's left. Give me a sign, something I could recognize, a clue, something this is something I added like towards the end in like in the later mixes. I don't know, I wanted to have like this kind of I don't know, what is that? To me, it gives it a sense of passing time. I don't know why I feel that way. Give me a sign, something I could recognize, a clue, something to hold on to. I believe in all the hype. Say it's not a lie, give me a sign. Oh yeah, I'm seeing an old comment from Gavin Shaw. For the doubles, are those 3 different takes, or do you use the first take for all 3 parts of the double? We had this question in a previous episode. For the doubles, do the same takes over again. You can get an effect from simply doubling the exact same vocal and just moving it over to the left or the right a little bit, but it's a specific kind of effect, and in Logic you can get the same effect as that by using a plugin called Sample Delay, which simply doubles your sound and pans one left and one right. In the case of what we're trying to do, we want actually the sound of doubles, and so perform it. Yeah. So there's 3 different takes playing at once. Let's see. Anything else in the comments? You guys are cool. You guys are cool. Good to see y'all. Good to see you. Stephen James, Gemma Leslie, Gordon Youngren. Happy New Year. It's not New Year yet. Well, close enough. Thank you. Happy New Year to you too.
Something I could recognize a clue. Something to hold on to. I believe in all the hype. Say it's not a lie, give me a sign.
We can maybe solo the bass on the chorus. To me, this bass line reminds me of "It's not unusual to be loved by anyone." I'm sure if Laura knew that that's what I was thinking, she would have vetoed it. Maybe. I don't know. I didn't tell her. Till now. Is she watching?
I believe in all the hype. Say it's not a lie, give me a sign. Show me now my time is overdue. Something I could turn to. I believed in every lie. Tell me it was all true. There's no resistance where there's no desire.
Okay, bridge. I have mixed feelings about bridges in general. I don't always like them, but we did one, so let's embrace it. Let's check it out.
There's no resistance where there's no desire. Throw it.
So I think what happens is there's a tambourine that comes in here. And it's not a real tambourine. It's yep, I can see it. It's this sound.
They'll always throw it back to you.
All the same sounds as before, just playing different parts.
And now I'm losing, and I can't deny that I'm over. Hanging on, give me a sign.
Oh, okay. Good question from Blake Blackstone, and very, to me, interesting subject. Are you generally self-taught, or did you go to music school? So I actually did go to music school, and I studied. I took piano lessons since I was 5, private piano lessons. And so I went to music school from when I was 8 to 13, which is kind of weird, but yeah, that's where I learned violin. So most of my training in music school was just how to play the violin. And there was a little bit of music theory, learned ear training. And then in college, I took music classes as well. And I took an electronic music course in college, which gave me an introduction to learning how to record stuff and learn these effects and mix stuff. But just kind of a very brief introduction. And we were not using software because when I was there, it was kind of a new thing. Logic did exist, I believe. Yeah, it existed, but we were on tape. We were recording on tape and using kind of like a lot of old-fashioned gear, which was fun, and I'm glad I got to do that. I would say that I'm mostly most of this stuff that I'm doing here is self-taught. Like I taught myself how to play guitar, taught myself how to use Logic and do arrangements. I always wanted to have composition taught to me, but it just never really was. I don't know. Can you teach composition? Maybe. I don't know. But I kind of identify as being more self-taught, and I think that like you totally can learn all this stuff that I'm doing on here. All the making the recordings and stuff. I think you can totally learn that on your own, especially with like YouTube and stuff. I'm super grateful to have learned how to play instruments when I was a kid, because I have terrible coordination, and I'm sure that if I started later in life, I would be not able to play instruments. You do kind of benefit a lot from being able to play. But there's also producers that are making platinum records that don't play any instruments and just know how to put loops together. That's another way to do it. And those people, I have respect for them as well. If you can make something that sounds great, that can entertain a bunch of people, you're doing great. You don't need to be necessarily trained in stuff. Oh, Nemo is studying musical composition in university. Wow, that's super cool. Yeah. I mean, for me, the electronic music class in college was the closest thing we had to a composition class. And I did definitely learn, and most importantly, I got excited about it. But it's just scratching the surface, and then you have the whole rest of your life to keep learning. And it's so cool how many people are sharing tutorials and like sharing live streaming their production, and kind of like, I'm happy. I want to be a part of that, so that's why I'm doing this whole series. Blake, thank you. He says you shred on that violin. Yeah. It's fun playing violin. I always wanted to just shred and not practice my scales, and just wanted to play as loud and as fast as I could. And so yeah, shredding was kind of something also did on my own, I was gonna say. But the classical training definitely helps for sure. I have so many kind of mixed feelings about it all. We're just about done with this song. We got through it almost.
Something I can recognize in you, something to hold on to. I believe in all the hype. Say it's not a lie, give me a sign. Show me now my time is overdue. Something I could turn to. I believe in every lie. Tell me it was all true. Tell me it was all true. Tell me it was all true.
Okay, there's something. Let's solo the vocal there. It does something kind of weird.
Tell me it was all true.
You hear it like panning around. I'm sending it to another effect there, which is a reverb that has an auto pan on it. And the auto pan, there's a... Let's see if I can actually pull it up.
Tell me it was all true.
looks like
It was all true.
it might be on this track. Okay, so in this case, I am not doing it as a send. What I've done is I've, okay, gonna take that view off. What I've done is that I've made a new track and copied the put the vocal on a different track for this one part, so that I could pan it all around with this thing, Pan Man. And there's a setting, there's a little secret thing that I think most people don't use. I'm using this thing called Rate Mod. And what this is it senses the volume that's going into it, and the louder it is, the faster it pans. So it has a speed variation, and that's kind of fun. And yeah, don't learn about that in school. You learn about most of this stuff from just playing around with plugins, just taking some time and experimenting, and stealing tricks from other people. Go ahead and steal that one for sure, if you want to get the Pan Man. Well, it's Black Friday right now, so I'm sure Sound Toys is on sale. I definitely love the Sound Toys. I bought this on Black Friday, like, I don't know, 5 years ago or something. The whole Sound Toys pack, and gosh, I'm real happy with it. So definitely recommend that if you're looking for some plugins to pick up this Black Friday. Okay, so that was a fun little thing. Okay, fun effect at the end. What? How did I do that? Let's see what we have here. This is called radio signals. Let's see what it is. Okay, and it... Okay, what is this sound? It's actually a pretty cool sound, so I want to take a look. Okay. Okay. This is deep stuff. I might as well just talk about it a little bit. So first of all, this is Alchemy. It's the free Logic synthesizer, and it's really powerful. It can do a ton of stuff. Okay, so these are two oscillators. These are the oscillators. That's basically the sound source. What I do is I turn this part of it off. This is the pitch part of it, and I turn this part on, which is the noise part. Let's solo just this one part of it. Okay, so yeah, it's a radio sound. And then this one, okay, turn this solo off. This is the other one, and this is vinyl. Let's solo this. I use this all the time. Okay. Oh boy, okay, that gets into trouble there. So we'll get into that in a second. Okay, so together, I'm just basically having them play together, and then I have this, a high-pass filter. It cuts out the lows, and then I have it wobbling. And it's the kind of wobble is a random wobble, random sample and hold, which means it's not gliding from one position to the other. It is jumping from one position to the other. And this orange line here is the range at which this filter is jumping, is allowed to jump anywhere within this range. Okay, so it's cutting out all the blue is all of the lows that it's cutting out, And then the orange is this range that it can jump between. And watch. You can see this dot is showing where it is on the filter. And it just gives it a little extra motion. Let's turn it off and see if it has the same effect. Okay, that's without that. Still pretty cool. Oh boy, okay. But with it, it's even more fun. It's just chaos, just a little extra chaos. Okay, this is deep stuff. This is for like the hardcore people. Now, we have that sound, and we have a backward cymbal. And then we have this. Okay, this is the master bus. So everything in the entire song goes through this master bus. And what I do is I have a tape delay, which for the most of the song is completely the wet of it is completely turned off. And then at the end of the song, what happens is I turn the wet all the way up, and I turn the feedback up a little bit. Okay, yeah, and then I turn it right back down. So it's doing it to the entire mix. Okay, what a delay does is it goes like, hi, 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 hi. But you can turn it up the feedback to where instead of getting softer with each repetition, it gets louder. So hi, 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 hi. And if you just keep letting it go, it could be bad. Let's see. Okay, so if I stopped it there, yeah, it just keeps getting louder and louder and louder until it becomes just a distorted blob of mess, basically. But what I did is I had it grow and then suddenly cut off. And I did it in rhythm, and I bet I spent like a long time tweaking this to make it exactly the way that we wanted it. And that just kind of creates it's just kind of a fun little effect at the end. And that's it. We did it. We did it. So, if you guys wanna help us out this Black Friday week, you could pick up the limited edition artwork for the Give Me a Sign EP, either the essential version or the collector's version, on our Black Friday page, which is hungryflies.org/Black Friday. And there's other things there too. This wonderful gift, a brown paper package tied up in string. It's ready to go. Like you could get this. It's gonna come, in an envelope or whatever, and then you open the envelope, and this is ready to go. You could give this to someone as a present. You don't even have to wrap it. It's already wrapped for you, and it's gonna be nice because Laura's good at wrapping stuff. So yeah, check out the Black Friday, and the most important thing is you're gonna get a mystery item with it. Okay, that's it, you guys. Next week I'm gonna do something probably Christmassy. Okay, hope y'all are great. Happy holidays.